live stream.
Just tell us when. Live stream and tell us when to speak. Us down.
Oh, we're live. Okay. Uh, Sorry for the technical difficulties. Uh, Again, welcome back to another exhibition match between Pandora's Box and Dagsintala. I am Orion, and here's my my color caster Orion. Wait. wait,
Hmm.
wait, wait,
Hmm.
wait.
Again,
I'm
again, again.
Orion. I'm Orion, and here's my color caster Archon. Yeah, nailed it.
You got that right in a lot of tries. But in
Nailed
a
it.
few moments, viewers, we will drop on to Champ Select. But before that, for our new viewers here, new to our stream, new to our setup, new to our exhibition games, Orion, what is SIK LABAN?
Very good question. Siklaban is a charity tournament. We are aiming to raise funds for MU Relief in their mission to help doctors across the barrio have access to COVID personal protective equipment or PPE. By registering to the tournament at tinyurl.com/siklaban, you will be helping MU Relief achieve this mission. And if you want to donate direct, the portals are in the bottom right side of the screen. So, let's talk about the game now. Okay? Returning to League, we've had a lot of testing for this preseason and the meta has shifted quite a bit. Quite a
Yep,
bit. So, what
yep.
are some of the notable things that the game has showed us so far?
I'm not sure if it was heard in the previous live stream before we cut, but I think I have put a lot of emphasis on this one champ. Starts with the letter A, has two syllables that are the same. It's
Mm-hmm.
Amumu, the
Mm-hmm.
tank, the R mummy, the I cry and kill you on your face mummy, the 3000 health and 200 resistances both, and you
And a
die as an
billion
ADC
AP.
type of champ. Yup,
Uh, yep.
this is the champ that I am. Mm, it's
Mm.
really want
Mm.
it. If it's not like, if it's not gonna be put down, if it's not gonna be stopped, can we just nerf it a bit? Like, that's not a bit too much, if I might say so myself. But
Like, whoever doesn't ban it, right?
yeah. But
Um,
anyway, we are into Champ Select
Let's see
now.
if they ban it. Let's see if they ban it. Okay.
Oh, Victor first ban. Okay, this is a very strong mid lane pick now, especially with the changes to the passive. You can now get what do you call
The
this?
weak
The
fear the
stacks from
shadows.
the
Fear
minion
controls
wave,
them.
just CSing, as well as the
Oh.
Kane, which is a strong jungle pick. You
Another is
literally just,
actually another strong jungler. Yeah, with Gourd Drinker, just
yup,
absolutely
you're
demolished.
gonna be healing everything. You're gonna be damaging them, knocking them up, CCing them. You're gonna be disturbing everyone in the enemy team with your flanks and your frontline engages. But here we see two bot
Oh.
lane picks. Twitch and Samira, which are pretty strong in the meta right now. Samira, of course, we all know this champ has been pretty strong. Not really pretty strong, but we know that it's strong because next patch she is gonna get nerfed because her life steal's a bit too much. But this
Yep.
Twitch does have changes now. You can build hybrid AP and AD and actually shred the whole team from just being in the back.
No, Dagsintala actually opting for the Graves ban instead of the ban on a Mumu. It's if Pandora's box doesn't ban a Mumu, which they
Okay.
don't.
And are we gonna see this? Like,
If they don't pick this, I think it's
no, no, no,
it's
no,
a
no. I maybe it's
Oh.
just. Oh,
there we go. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Pandora's
Just
box
on the
not
line.
banning the Mumu.
That's first pick, and I think this Amumu priority pick is very good for Dagsintala Esports. That scores them a lot of mid-game fights, late-game fight potential, just a good front line, and even damaging tank at that point. And we see a
Damaging
Shen,
tank.
which is, I mean, they have Shen and Volibear. These are practically the same categories of Mumu right
That's
now.
true. That's true. That's true. The Shannon Volibear,
Volibear.
Volibear with Gore Drinker is just unlimited lifestyle, unlimited tankiness. You never
But
die.
yeah, we have seen other builds though. It's not just Gore Drinker, but this Volibear when very tanky can just run down, stun someone, and then just chomp away and just not even decrease in health bars. And we have the
Okay.
Shen, which provides global presence for this team for the Pandora spot, which
The Ezreal
is
pick.
generally good.
This tells me that their bot lane would want to play more, I guess, passively, not really looking for any aggressive fights in the bot lane.
That's
Vladimir,
true.
though, for the... this could be top, this could be mid.
Again,
Probably
this is
top.
spelling a team fight oriented Kong. You have a Mumu, you have Ezreal which likes to scale lane, you have Vladimir which also likes to scale lane. I've been seeing a lot of builds on Vladimir though. That one niche build, not really niche. I think it's now incorporated into the meta. It's the you build codex. You build like 4 codex, I think, and then you would have a lot of CDR at that point. You can just spam Q. Remember that the limitation of Vladimir early game is the Q cooldown, and if you can limit that by building a cheap item that gives a lot of ability hit, then Vladimir has a free lane.
The Nami gonna be coming in for Pandora's box as well. Now the bans are gonna come through. Nautilus gonna be banned from the red side. Now
Standard ban.
seems that it seems like pretty standard bans here. Let's see if there's gonna be any surprises or not.
I want to see a
Nothing has
Lucian
been
ban.
Eventually.
Like, Lucian is strong in this
Yeah,
game
Lucian is
as
actually
well.
pretty strong as well.
It's
The flex
it's actually
potential as well.
annoying. Yeah, mid and bot.
Or
Actually,
top.
top I don't see that much anymore. But mid and bot, they're pretty strong if you build the Navori build path. Yep, he's gonna be dashing everywhere as an ADC.
That Silas
Silas
ban.
Yeah.
I guess it's because they have good ults, the Shen, Volibear, and Nami, and they don't want to have
Probably.
that threat.
I guess
Good to
that's a valid process, but when I think about it, Dagsintala already has a move in the form of AP as well as Vladimir. I don't really see the point. Dagsintala
Yeah, and they
going
could-
Silas.
They
But
could
I
have just
guess-
picked the Silas themselves as well.
Yeah, your point is still pretty valid. I think they might invest still on Silas if that was open, but we're safe.
Okay. Now the Vayne Nami tells me that they are going to be looking to kill this Ezreal, especially with that Chenault as well that could possibly play for bot lane.
This is hyper carry right here. 2 hyper carries. Very, very.
Oh, now the Braum is a safe pick.
Yup.
Okay, let's see if
Gonna
they
see
lock
it
it
locked
in.
in. I want to
So-
mention Yone just got big. Maybe we want to talk about that.
Oh, right,
'cause
right. Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a very, very,
What
very,
should be the
very
counter? What should
champ.
be the counter?
I think at this point the counter to Yone is just probably just dodge. I don't know. Like whenever I think I'm out of the Yone ult, apparently I just get sucked in and I'm dead as an ADC at that stage. Like I think the best course of action is to save Flash or a fight in which Amumu and Yone could turn the tides. That's it. If because Flash is the only tool you realistically have on Yone, if not for sidestepping. But sidestepping Yone engages isn't really that easy to do. But I want to see that
The
happen here. I
Vayne,
want to see the
Vayne can
outplay,
just tumble.
the
Then
sidesteps. Yep, that's true. You also have
the threat
Condemn.
would be on Cass and Nami because Volibear and Shen, I mean, they're on the front. They aren't really threatened if they get Ord. Like,
Yep.
so the
Cassiopeia
threat
has
would be
stun
on this
though.
Cass.
Cassiopeia still has stun. I think the threat is basically all on maybe not all, but still, I think it's still on the bot because a two-man ult onto a Vayne, if Vayne, even the slow, just the sheer slow on the CC on the Yone ult, even if you don't even count the damage, if you're in the middle of that ult and everyone else just looks at you because that's how engages work, that's literally gonna kill your whole comp. Because I guess you have in the form of Cassiopeia, if Volibear and Shen could frontline well enough so that this Yone and Amumu don't get a good engage onto this backline of Pandora's Box, I can see a world where Pandora's Box, Shen and Volibear are just on the front line and Vayne and Cassiopeia are just raining projectiles onto the enemy team. Do not have they do not have those. I really just want to say wind walls because that's the annoying part of projectiles. You have Samira, but that's banned. I guess they didn't pick Yasuo, but yep, this is looking to be a very interesting game. It's not slow paced at the very least because you have Cassiopeia and Yone fighting at probably mid, or
Mhm.
maybe that's a Yone top. We actually still are not sure, but it's hinting a Yone.
It's probably a Yoni mid. And
Yep.
I would want to shift the attention onto the Vayne because the Vayne would have to carry this game, right? Like that's the
Not
I
necessarily. It's Vayne and Cassiopeia share the same weight when it comes to carrying in late game.
so the bot side here would be Vayne and Nami trying to look for engages into the safe Ezreal Braum pick. And there is the Shen threat, but there's also the Amumu threat from Dagsintala. What do you think will happen in the bot lane, level 6?
At this point, I'm not sure what lane is gonna prioritize because he has so many options. Because if you get a Q off onto a laner, a solo laner, that's maybe a sure kill. Not probably not for Vladimir though, because Shen is pretty AP and Shen's probably gonna build a lot of MR early because the top and jungle duo are both AP damage dealers. So if
Mhm.
you shift the threat to mid lane, that's gonna amount to something very unpredictable because at that point, the Amumu and Yone could just be going anywhere on the map. They might go bot, but then again, remember that we do have a Shen which has a free TP in the form of his ult and also has a shield. But that's dependent still on timing. So I want to see that the dynamics of this bot lane, especially with that safe pick and two hyper carries. I want to see how this interaction works.
Okay, now as the time counts down, final thoughts. Who do you think will win?
Is this another um you know what?
I have to ask you.
I really, really, really don't want a movie. Okay, this is not to say that I don't want their team to win, but I I I have a very big hatred for a movie. I commend them for planning this out for this Dagsintala team, planning the ban phase out and actually securing the champ for themselves. But I just have an
but
inner hatred for a movie. So
but
I
I
really
mean,
have to go for this on
logically,
this one.
logically, it's an Amumu and it's a Yone. Like, eh, uh,
No,
eh,
no, 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 no.
eh.
I still think they are still balancing in power. I'd say that the team comps aren't that. It's not saying what the whole state of the game is gonna be, cause you might say that Amumu and Yone could just run the game down, but then again, if if the if the settings are right for this Pandora's Box team to actually just have a good front to back fight. Again, I said the dream for this Pandora squad is to have the Shen and Volibear just annoying this whole team and the Mumu not getting away into the backline. I want to see all of those fights as we are now waiting for this game to start.
Okay, now it's going to be starting. Okay, Dagsintala versus PBX here. Does Amumu go Conqueror? Really? I didn't know that.
I actually don't know the rules for despite hating this Abubu and not really knowing the I think Amumu can go Conqueror, but I think In my opinion, I would probably go Phase Rush or Predator, but that's not to say that I have expertise on him because I don't. He's a jungler again, and I don't play jungle, so I want to see how this Conqueror can. There's
Okay.
nothing really out of the blue. There's nothing exceptionally
Out of the
weird with
blue.
all the picks, right? Out of
Nothing
out of the
out of the
ordinary.
blue. They might be
Out of the
invading
ordinary.
the.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at using language. So maybe the thing that's kind of weird is Halo Blades Braum, but then again, that has its niche situations. You can pick that on certain
Mhm.
situations when you want the engage option, you want the stun pretty quick. But I don't think that's gonna happen on amps like Vayne and Nami has a lot of movement speed boosting abilities, and you have Vayne, which has a lot of tumbling, that does a lot of tumbling and a lot of pushing back onto walls. So I
Still
want to
though,
see Hail of Blades work, but I don't think
it,
it's a game for
it
that.
will work. It will work. I have full faith. Come on, you've seen this everywhere. Like,
Says the guy that has a inner hatred for Hail
hey,
of
hey,
Blades.
hey, hey, hey. It works. I just hate it. That's why
Okay,
I hate it, because it
fair,
works.
fair.
And it's
Blade
so
strong.
annoying. It's
Yep,
annoying. Especially in champs
understandable.
like Braum, where you don't expect that extra attack speed, but you just get boom, 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 bong, bong, bong. Like,
Nice, nice sound effects right there.
yeah, 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 really stepping up the VFX for this tournament,
Yep, yep, yep. We see
So,
both junglers doing pretty standard clears right now, but both of them started blue. This as a someone who doesn't know jungle that much, I don't really know much about the difference with starting red or blue. I have to admit that, but blue
mhm.
start for both of them hints to the fact that they won't be having a lot of interactions early into the game. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of those scuttle fights that happen, skirmishes that happen with 2v2 of mid and jungle, but it's interesting to see that this game does give us that kind of scenario that we are dealing with.
I just noticed in the scoreboard, does Ezreal normally go tier? Is that?
You know, I have a
Hmm.
very I don't like tier start Ezreal. I mean, I guess there's a point in it because Ezreal is costly early, but it's like you're sacrificing damage, a bit of the damage
Mhm.
for I guess then again, like, there's just you could just probably just go for
Ooh.
Doran's Blade or Cull, not
That
just here.
I mean, just because for that price lowering as well. However, Volibear gonna be looking for the gank at top lane. Not gonna be able to do anything there.
Pool providing a good disengage tool for this Vladimir, and we see this interaction of both junglers going blue
Yeah,
first. We saw
Amumu
a
will.
Mumu at
Yeah.
bot side, and we didn't really see a fight because I guess the PBX squad has been maybe noticed something was brewing, but they got to spot out a Mumu backing on that ward and did disrupt a bit of the clear of this you see that Volibear is up 6 CS right now, 7. He's clearing one of his camps, and he's gonna be up 2 camps on his first back, as Amumu already back after clearing drugs.
Okay, now it's still peaceful. Surprisingly peaceful, actually.
You really hate peace, don't you? Like,
I do.
this
I
is,
can't cast. Like, I can't
you
do my
really want the
job.
plays, but
I want the place. I want
this is my
excitement, and
time
it's
to
been
shine.
boring. It's
Okay, it's
boring.
not boring, and this is very analytical. Oh, like this,
Oh,
we are already
oh,
seeing a
play.
play.
Okay, Ezreal though.
Well,
Pausing at that exact time. Okay, okay. You see
it's time
Shawarma
to
there,
shine.
almost gonna be. I think he's dead. There's no way. There's no way that doesn't die, right? Like,
He's in animation for Arcane. I'm not sure if that's like an appearance animation or a getting away animation, but there's a way for him to escape if that's an animation of getting away, but we're met with a pause right now.
He doesn't have barrier though. He only has cleanse, and the Brom does have heal. Let's see whether that's gonna be enough or not. As
This is so
we
funny. This is like one of those
wait.
shows that you watch as a kid where you guess what happens next. A, B, or C. Is Ezreal gonna die? Or is Ezreal
Okay,
not?
okay. You know what? You know what? Okay, chat.
Is Ezreal gonna die?
What's gonna happen next? A. Ezreal dies. Okay. B. Vayne dies. Or C. Ezreal Arcane shifts to another dimension.
Oh,
Huh?
I like that C option. Is that like visiting the Mordekaiser's realm or something? Where's he gonna go? What dimension is?
Okay, so it looks like there is a the reason for the pause
There's
is
just personal matters on
yeah, personal
side.
matters.
You're
Uh
just gonna wait for things to be resolved. We're gonna give you company while this pause
yeah.
is happening right
Yeah.
now. So
What do you want to talk about? Eh? Do you want to talk about?
I don't wanna talk about the Mumu anymore, so let's talk about more strong picks in the game right now.
Actually, can you go back to the game, director? That can we go
Will we
back to
get
the
the
game?
game again?
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to talk about here?
Let's see.
Gold is the same. Kills is the
I,
same. Oh, Mountain Drake is up in 3 seconds.
Wow,
I guess
Mountain Drake is up.
I guess if this Ezreal dies, we might see a Drake coming in from PBX, but you see that Poly- Polybear is Polybear's on the other side of the map, but we're still gonna be waiting what's gonna happen here. But this is
Okay.
really one of those tense pauses. This
Okay,
it's like picture perfect.
let's rewind what's gonna happen, right? Let's see the situation here. Amumu is nowhere in bot lane, so this is probably gonna be a kill on Dagsintala.
Oh,
However,
it's true.
Volibear is on top side. Oh, the point
Oh!
is spot. Okay, there's a
Ezreal
lot time.
does
Whoever chose
survive.
whoever chose B, you win. No, actually, whoever chose C, you win. I don't know.
What kind of
I don't know
dimension?
what you
There's
win.
no. Ezreal survived. So those who picked B, you're up
I mean,
for
the B choice was Vayne dies. However, another thing gonna be
Oh,
happening
never
here.
mind.
Bro, gonna be
A.
jumping into the Nami. Nami has so much healing though. Nami gonna be trying to run away, but first blood goes to the hail of blades, bro. Now Vayne can get something here. The TP does come in from the shed, and Ezreal might have bitten more than he could chew. Does he get the Ezreal? No, he does not. Double kill for John Larry. Oh my god.
Well played. We see that the Braum and Ezreal just were on a position where they were not supposed to fight right there. They have heal, they used heal and they didn't have their sums up and they choose to fight. They got the Nami, but unfortunately the dueling potential of this Vayne just got to them and it gives this Vayne a double kill.
And
Quite
we've already seen
unfortunate
that the
circumstances
DR
for Dagsintala,
Mountain
and
Drake.
again, we called earlier, despite the Volibear being on the other side of the map, the apparently Drake is free. But yeah, because they have bot lane potential.
And does
Bot
get
lane
to push
priority.
on top side though. Would get at I think he'd get 3 plates. So Shen is not gonna be able
No,
to
I think
catch
that's just
this.
two.
Oh
But
yeah,
the
two plates.
unfortunate thing for Shen right there is he missed a lot of XP. You see that Vladimir's probably already mid-6, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he's already mid-6 and Shen just hit his by breaking that wave on the tower right there. And he already used TP. But then again, as we've mentioned, Shen does have ult, and he has ult right now where
Okay, let's see
he's
what
getting
happens
engaged
here.
on the bot
Volibear
side.
does stun the Brom trying to shield the damage. However, he will go down. Ezreal trying to run away, but the Volibear is just there.
Nice synergy on the plays by this PBX squad. That was a 4-man. That was like 2 people on the bot side, and apparently Oliver and Shen are invited to the show. We see here an engage onto the team. Shen shielding onto the Volibear, getting a double taunt, and his sword just hitting them, and Volibear flashing in for that kill onto the Ezreal. Well played from PBX, giving them a 1.2k lead early on.
God, I'm so glad that Hail of Glaives Braum has 2 deaths.
Wow. Why do you... I thought you said you think
It
Hillblaze
works,
Bomb was gonna...
but
And
now
then we're
it
gonna
doesn't.
see
And
another
I'm
flame on
another
bot side
ult
of
gonna be
Door.
coming for the Volibear. The tower is not gonna function here. Braum is dead from the Nami. Woo, the
Well
bot lane.
played! Spicy plays here. Spicy,
And I've said
spicy
this
plays.
before. It's
And
gonna
then
be
top
about the
side.
bot lane. It's gonna be about the
Yup.
bot lane. The Volibear ganking that bot lane twice in 2 minutes.
Unfortunate for this Ezreal and Brahmin. This is already building up to that circumstance. Again, if we reach a game where Shen and Volibear are just so tanky and you have a Vayne that's just shredding everyone from the backline and you can't engage onto them. Whew, I want to see what's gonna unfold for this bot lane.
There is
But,
a silver lining though. There is a silver lining. Look at the Shen. And look at the Vladimir. See us
yup,
different.
that's the team fight oriented picks from Dagsintala that
Now speaking
may...
of Shen, could he get hooked here? Maybe, but in the mid lane, another fight is brewing. But Amumu does pop the ult onto the top side. Shen has to flash away. They don't get the kill though.
Quite unfortunate not getting the kill onto the Shen. Again, the tankiness of the Shen, if you build MR, which he is right now, that's gonna just stop a lot of the kill potential from that Vladimir, especially since this Vladimir has a late game champ. So, but we see the minions of this Dagsintala crashing onto the tower of Shen again, missing a lot of minions. You see 2-level lead onto this Vladimir. I'm not sure if the payoff of that early try onto bot side was worth it, but again, if Vayne can reach a point...
Oh, oh, the ult barely missing there.
I told you! Flash is the only way to surely get away from Yone ult. I really don't know where all of that range is coming from. It just looks like you're just gonna get pulled
And he
into it
almost got
every
caught.
single
She
time.
almost got caught. It was
Yeah.
like pixel. It was a pixel
Yup.
away. The
But
Sione is
the kill
just...
was averted, so...
It was. So, successful flash from the Casio here. Just have to see us lead over the Yone and thus lead there. Just has to hold on in order to carry with the Vayne.
Big leads are coming from opposite sides of... I would say that this 41 CS lead for the Vladimir is paying... actually, just stopping this gold lead, is making the gold lead a bit smaller compared to what we could have seen if the CS lead was a bit smaller. But then again, the payoff was bot side of PBX is leading by a lot. So I think Amumu and Yone are trying to shift their attention to the bot side. They can try to amplify the late game scaling of this Vladimir by ganking him. He's setting up a freeze right now, but I think they're gonna try to salvage what they have on bot side because they still have a hyper carry Ezreal. Despite that 0-2 score, that may be like 10-2 in the span of 10 minutes from...
The Vladimir is setting up on the top lane, but a DR is gonna be spawning here. It's a Cloud Drake. Volibear is positioning as well as a Mumu on the bot side. It looks like there's gonna be another bot side fight here. It remains to be seen what will happen.
Both
There
top
could be a
laners
blowout.
also have TP, and Shen has Stand United for this fight.
Okay, a spicy bot fight. I hope.
Both mid and bot lane of PBX though having priority, and the Shen is already trying to look for maybe an ult, depending on whether this is gonna...
The Mumu isn't able to steal that. The root goes gonna be coming from the Mumu and the flash saves him.
Unfortunately, the flash of the Volibear is not gonna be able to catch him off as he bumps onto the wall of that
They
Drake
do
pick.
get Dragon. They do get Dragon.
Yep,
So that's
that's
still
good.
good.
That was pretty sketchy. I thought there was a universe where that Amumu could have
Yep.
gotten that.
Yeah,
Maybe if
definitely, definitely.
maybe if the
I'm pretty sure
stun.
someone missed a smite. I'm pretty sure someone missed a smite there. Like it smited and then it was 60 HP, and then
I
Volibear
didn't
got
see
it.
who actually got the smite off, but PBX though securing the second Drake of the game, and we are gonna be transitioning to game where it's another Ocean Soul, one of the souls that I hate the most. Even if I'm leading,
Look,
I I I guess Ocean Soul is pretty good, but I hate the extra bushes. It's annoying
it's a
for
Shen
someone that.
Volibear. Just saying, it's a Shen and a Volibear with the Ocean Soul, especially the Volibear. The Volibear. Eh,
Yep, you have to stress the Volibear.
the
Remember,
Volibear.
pretty sure you recognize what happens if a Volibear that's scaling pretty well into the game and has Ocean Soul is gonna turn into in late game. That Volibear is not gonna the health bar's not even gonna decrease. It's probably just gonna hover around 50% and that's it. You're not gonna put it down any lower. But then again, Amumu is a Mumu. You don't even have to reason out
That's
anything
true.
for
That's true.
this sad mummy.
Okay.
Amumu is
Okay,
Amumu, and
the
we see.
PBX is gonna be taking Herald. Amumu is hovering there. Could try to contest, but there's gonna be maybe 1,000 gold into the pockets of Pandora's
Dagsintala is
box.
probably notices that because Nami is missing from the
Ooh.
bot side of the map,
Let's
but this
see if
Vladimir is
there's gonna
trying
be
to
a play
engage.
here. A
Oh,
1v3, 2v3. Nami is about to go down, but Nobu is just caught out there. The Ezreal True Shot Barrage not gonna be able to kill anyone, and that's gonna be a secured Drift Herald for
we see
PBX.
here. I think Dagsintala did notice that maybe Herald was getting taken because bot side Nami was missing. So they tried to engage because they do have a lot of dueling potential. That Vladimir got a successful ult off,
Oh,
but unfortunately that
okay.
didn't happen. And then there's another fight happening
The
when that
Vladimir
replay
has to
ended.
blow the flash there from the Volibear,
With that engage
R'ing
from
into him.
Volibear, that might have been a kill if he didn't flash.
That's yeah, but it's still a flash. So the
Yep.
PBXs are slowly building leads here with that as well with that 1k lead. I'm actually surprised it's not larger because
Yeah,
it seems like they've
actually,
been winning fights left, right, and center.
you have to give props to this Vladimir. He has like double the CS of the Shen. Like I guess Shen is expected to not have as much CS as the Vladimir, but the
It's still
CS
because
lead is gonna be something when we reach the late stages of the game.
almost a gank there at bot with the far side is gonna look. Meanwhile in mid, another fight is happening. Can they secure this? Okay, another fight at top. Vladimir gonna be looking into poke some damage, not gonna be able to do anything on any of those three lanes though. And my casting is useless.
Those weren't really plays, but then again, we see another play here. Is this gonna
Oh
amount
my
to
god.
something? I
Okay,
mean,
is this gonna
the Shen is
okay?
just tanky, and Vladimir's just healing.
They're both there's no way any of them die here, right? Right? Right. Okay.
I mean, I guess the leads of the Vladimir are gonna win him the late game.
But
I mean,
oh, the
long term
Nami though gonna
fights.
be forcing the flash out of the Yone. Now Volibear gonna be engaging here. The R saves the Yone, but is it enough? The Yone S tower hogging. The E comes in. Airborne's the Nami, but it's not the Cassiopeia rather, but it's not gonna be enough. Meanwhile, on top side, the Shen could be dead.
Oh,
One shot, one kill.
oh,
Flash from the Shen doesn't save him. Vladimir gets a kill on top lane.
quite unfortunate. On the back end of those fights, we see Shen trying to taunt because it was under tower, but a bit of a misplay because did that did give a free Q onto the Shen,
Oh my
which
god.
killed him in the process. And
No one
the mid lane
contesting
is
mid.
already getting demolished, and there's the
That's a
Drake
lot of
spawning
money.
in 10 seconds. PBX has full control of the map right now. Mid lane, 2 towers down for Dagsintala, and PBX already establishing vision control on this Drake pick.
We're gonna be seeing whether they can contest this. It looks like they will not. The Amumu is heading at the top side, and it's gonna be a secured Ocean Drake. Soul point for Volibear. Volibear. You really don't. Let me emphasize this enough. You really don't want to be giving Ocean Soul to Volibear.
Yeah.
That guy will be unkillable.
And he's gonna be dishing a lot of damage as well. And you see that he opted for Sunfire right now. And that's gonna give him the tanky stats that he needs to sustain in the fight while still dealing a lot of damage.
Mhm. So we're gonna be
Oh,
looking now.
bot lane, are we seeing the effectiveness
The
of the Halo Blade? The Halo
Cassiopeia.
Blade!
Let's see
Halo
it.
Blade.
The Brom does pop the Fisher, but the Cassiopeia might be able to get the Brom. No. Yes.
Oh!
No.
Wait!
Yes. Okay. Yes. He kills the Brom, and the shutdown though comes in from the Ezreal. It
That's
would
that
be.
fight.
I think it's worked for the Ezreal, but it's just massively tilting for the Brom.
A bit, but I want to emphasize that both all of those three players actually played well in that fight. You see Ezreal and what do you call this? Ezreal and Braum
Mhm.
turned back immediately once they saw Cassiopeia channeling that. Nice prediction there, not getting stunned. And then the movement of the Cassiopeia going, seeing that she was on a dangerous position, trying to transition to a kill to Braum because she hit her poison, so she could heal a lot from just hitting Braum right there. She did kill the Braum, but she got killed in the process because of that Ezreal.
Okay, now let's look. While it's settling down, let's look at items right now. Already with Cassiopeia and Vayne, having those item needs of the Leandris and the Archangels and your Kraken Slayer and about to go raid. Is that? I
Yeah,
think it's
that's
that's
Rage Blade.
about to go Rage Blade.
Yep,
Over the Ezreal and the Yone, that's gonna be bad signs for Dagsintala because they won't be able to counter these carries as effectively.
that's true. And I actually want to mention the other side. Cassiopeia and Vayne have a lot of gold over their lane opponents, but their lane opponents are opting for some specific build as a play is
So,
happening at mid right
okay,
now.
let's see. Speaking of Cassiopeia, the Brom has to flash away to save himself. The Mumudo stuns everyone in there. And that's gonna be a disengaged Volibear. They're gonna be looking for more flash into the Amumu. Amumu tries to escape here, but the Shen cut off his escape. The
Oh,
Q
the
to
movement, the
the
movement, the movement.
Raptors tries to save himself, but it's not gonna be enough. Cassiopeia gets the kill.
That was a scrappy fight right there, but a three-man ult from the Sad Mummy doesn't save him from that engage for PBX as they now turn onto the
Oh, it's a free
Baron.
Baron.
This is a free
Ah,
Baron.
I'm still actually shocked that it's just 2k gold lead. It's gonna go to 3k after this Baron, but actually Dagsintala are keeping it pretty close. You see the Ezreal the Ezreal could scale late game, the Vladimir could scale late game, the Amumu could provide frontline for those people that would scale late game, but they just have to hold on and try to stall this advantage from PBX. However, let's see what's gonna happen here. Volibear gonna be trying to re-engage again. The stun does come into the Brom. The true shot barrage though, and Vladimir finishes off Volibear. Now Shen gonna be trying to chase down the Vladimir. Vladimir has to flash over the wall. They're gonna be trying to re-engage Amumu though, looking for another fight here. Can he kill the Cassiopeia? The Ezreal though. Amumu gets the kill on the Cassiopeia. The Shen re-engages into the Brom, and the Shen is just dead. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And that's honestly good play from the
Oh,
Dagsintala.
here we see sidestep from the Vladimir, and then Cassiopeia tried to turn on to the Ezreal, but the Ezreal not really being in the position to die right there. And Shen trying to get what he could at the back end of the fight, but unfortunately getting killed because of the 3-man left from PBX. Well played.
That does
The
cost them
side
the
of
top tower.
yeah, they
And it's
did salvage a bit on the bot side of the map. They
mhm.
did win that fight, but at what cost?
We'll see, because the Ocean Drake is gonna spawn in 8 seconds. Ocean Soul for PBX. It is essential that Dagsintala gets this. It's essential, and they have to fight for it. There's no other option. They
It's
are
less
going to
that
be
they need
securing
it.
Vision. And
It's less
more,
than they need it, but more stopping this Volibear and Shen and even the Cassiopeia. Everyone on the side of PBX benefits greatly from this Ocean Soul. They're now preparing for it. They really, really want to close this game out with this Ocean Soul.
okay,
They don't
looks
want
like
to extend their trials for this Drake. They
looks
do
like they're
have a
gonna
lot of
be
vision.
letting PBX start this day. Oh,
Yone,
let's see
go,
if
Yone.
the Vladimir can steal
You
this.
see
The
the
Tushan
TP on
Barrage
the Yone.
doesn't steal the Drake. Oh no, Ocean Soul does come in for the Volibear now.
Yone
Vladimir gonna
though,
be diving onto the back line. Now, Amumu is just dead from the
a
Cassiopeia. Oh
scrappy
no, it
fight.
is absolute destruction here. Vladimir can't do anything. Brom is just dead. Can Ezreal clutch anything here? Damage is being dealt,
Taunt, a
but
flash taunt.
not anything not gonna happen, and that is a 4 for nothing. Now they're gonna be chasing this Ezreal and they're gonna be looking up to push bot side with Baron
Again,
and with Ocean Soul.
remember what you said about Volibear and Ocean Soul?
Yep.
Look at Volibear's
Yep.
health bar. What? Did you see like a bit of the damage is actually spewing onto the Volibear? There was like random shots onto like Vayne and Shen and Casio, but overall this Volibear is tanking a lot. Look at this tower shot that Q from Ezreal.
What's gonna happen? They're just gonna be opening in and ripping it into the base of Dagsintala. The true shot barrage does deal some damage, but it is gonna deter the PBX team. But that's gonna be at the cost of the third tier bottom tower.
Yup, and that's a 5k gold lead for PBX and an Ocean Soul to boot.
We'll see. Well, it remains to be seen whether Dagsintala can come back from this. I mean, an Ocean Soul Volibear, a fed Cassiopeia, a fed Vayne. The Vladimir just 2-2-2 not being able to carry these team fights. As you've seen a while ago, we couldn't deal enough damage onto the backline of PBX. And if this continues, then I just think it's clear that who's gonna be the winner in this game.
You did see though that PBX played how they were supposed to play in that team fight. Shen and Volibear were just annoying everyone from their team. Dagsintala was actually trying to set for a very clean lapse from that Yone teleported at the back, but unfortunately he didn't actually catch that much from his ult because I think he got condemned and so he just had to return before he actually gets killed by members of PBX. And after that, everyone was just scrambling away from the fight because at that point, if you don't get the initial engage off, Volibear and Shen are just gonna faceplant onto you and Vayne is just gonna look for targets as well as Cassiopeia. Oh, a fight at bot side.
A fight at bot side. Cassiopeia might get cut out here. The Yone is here. The R comes in for both the members of PBX. However, no damage gonna be dealt. Shen kills the Yone and Vladimir's running away for his life. There's nothing to be done. There's nothing to be done. Double kill for the Shen. And now PBX are pushing in into Dagsintala's base. Knock. Can you defend this?
Dagsintala thought they could actually try to get onto that offline fight, but there's a fight happening at mid.
The shutdown coming to the
now.
Ezreal though. Shen is so tanky. The Volibear gonna be trying to CC this Brom to death. Now Cassiopeia just chasing this Amumu down. The sad crying mommy is gonna re-engage. Can he get the kill? The tower shot is leashing him. Does get the kill onto the Amumu, but also Cassiopeia sacrifices her life. But it's just gonna be, I think it could be game. The Yone is here to defend. The Vladimir is here to defend.
The two hyper carries of PBX though not here, but then again,
it's Volibear and Shen. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Shen Vladimir just trying to poke a little bit.
They're just gonna settle for.
Yeah, Baron is also up actually. They could just go for Baron at this point.
That's enough pressure for PBX, and they back off with that advantage that they got from that fight
it's gonna take a miracle for Dagsintala to come back from this, or a massive mistake from PBX. Like, they have full control of the map. They could just recall here and go for Baron and try to go for one final push. You saw there that the damage onto the Volibear and the Shen was just negatable. The Cassiopeia and Vayne, the Cassiopeia just freely hitting everyone, and as you saw there, she just chased the Amumu down. it's gonna be very hard for Dagsintala to defend in this next push after this Baron.
If PBX gets this next Baron, I think that's pretty much game. So Dagsintala should actually, I'm not sure if they should force for it because they do have some sort of um wave wave clearing capabilities. Not much though, because Ezreal doesn't. You don't really see Ezreal clearing too well, as well as Yone. But Vladimir is pushing bots. At this point, Dagsintala is just trying to get something from fights where they could actually win. At one point, they did find that at bot side. You saw Vladimir and Yone collapsing onto Cassiopeia, but quite unfortunate. I think they forgot the factor that Shen has ult. That's a massive shield, as well as another member onto that fight. So that 1v2 immediately turned into a 2v2.
Oh, let's see here. Round two. Defending this case. Yone gonna be Ring and then just escaping out of that engage. However, PBX hanging and staking around
I just want to
outside
mention,
this base.
PBX, all of them were half health before they pushed this tower. All of
Yep.
them were half health. Can you look at their health bars and tell me what percentages do they have?
A 50%, B
I
70%.
don't think there's a need for that. But
It's 100%. Like this Ocean Soul is just doing work. The health regen. And do you see any grievous wounds from I guess the Thorn Mail from Amumu,
yep,
but that's it. No executioners from the Ezreal or from the Yone.
Ezreal
Nope.
does have executioner.
Oh wait, no, see, okay.
Yeah.
My
An
bad,
engage
my bad.
probably from
However, they're gonna be
PBX.
trying to re-engage Yone, trying to poke something here. Crucial Barrage is gonna come in. PBX is gonna retreat. I think they could go for Elder here as well if Dagsintala won't bite this bait, would take a bite out of this bait. They
I
could
think
go
they're
for
gonna
Elder.
back. Go for
Yeah.
Elder and try to close it off with these objectives that they
I
got.
don't even think
Because
all of Dagsintala's members can get out of the base. Look at the super minions barreling down from mid and bot lane. It's just gonna be Amumu and Vladimir who's contesting this Elder, and
probably
they would need a miracle to steal this.
I still I yeah it's I I don't know if this is gonna happen because you have to set all of your CC up precisely. Like to win that Drake fight, you probably have to make sure that your stun lands onto the Volibear. We are seeing them positioning Cassiopeia
Oh,
and
Amumu
fully
might
do
get
an
caught out
ult.
here. The Elder is gonna be coming in for PBX. Amumu is just dead from the vein. Now they're gonna be battling down to base, and this just might be game. Uh, uh, bot super minions are pushing in the vein. Gonna be side pushing there as well. Vladimir. Actually, Volibear, Shen, and Nami battling down towards mid lane. They're gonna be pushing this
Marching
out, and they're
towards
gonna
the
be
base.
one final fight.
And Amumu's down for another 15 seconds. And PBX have two of the major objectives down.
Yeah, PBX
Baron
have all
though,
their tools
getting
here.
out.
Okay, R-ing into the tower there. Yone trying to save something here. Does R that Vayne, but the Vayne is just healing so much. Ocean Soul just doing work again. The Vladimir can't do anything. The backline cannot be broken. The Elder just killing Vladimir. Just killing Amumu. Just killing
And the trash
everyone
taunt.
on this team. And it's gonna be the death of Dagsintala. It's over. It's over. We'll see this. Yone gonna be trying to go for this Shen and this
Oh,
Royal pair, but
wait.
okay. The
Two
the
people, two
the
people.
Yone
Nah,
is
I
dead.
think this is still an end. This is still
The
an
two v
end.
two. There's the 2v2. There is hope. There is
Nah.
hope. Might be early,
Yeah,
too
there's a
early.
lot
But
of minions.
however,
They can literally just auto the
yeah,
tower at
Ezreal
this point.
doesn't have minion clear, and it's gonna be clear who's gonna be the winner. It's PBX dominating and controlling that fight in such a convincing way.
There was a there were points where that could have ended differently. Like we did see that PBX was actually pushing all of their advantages pretty well. They were pushing their advantages in the form of fights because they have the Shen that has the ult. They have the Volibear that was tanky to begin with, and they had the Cassiopeia and Vayne that were pretty strong. And then you have a support that's there to support the whole team with speed and healing. But we did see that Vladimir was very much ahead and was a big factor when it comes to the gold lead. Because the gold lead was never really big, like enlarged, what do you call this? Get the word right. It wasn't really getting any bigger for PBX despite their wins on fights because Vladimir was scaling in the form of PX. But in the end, the fights were just distributing the gold onto the whole team. And Vladimir didn't really get to a point where he got access to the backline early on with that advantage. Because late game, he did get a push onto that Vayne. Remember that fight at the end where Yoning caught off the Vayne? But it was a
Mm-hmm.
bit too late, and Vladimir couldn't really control that because everyone is just so tanky. So he was like alone at the backside with, not really alone, but that's Yone and Vladimir on the backside, and you have a kiting Vayne with Ocean Soul, a kiting Cassiopeia, Ocean Soul, and everyone else on the team was just Shen and Volibear. That's it.
And that's gonna be the story of this game, the Volibear. And uh, stick around, the
And the
viewers
Volibear.
will be right back for game two of PBX versus Dagsintala.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah.
chat box. See. Yo.
Hello! We're not in our analyst test. Okay, now, let's...
Oh, we are.
Wait,
Is
whoa!
there-
Okay. Welcome back to Game 2 of our game, DGN versus
Game 2 of our game.
PBX. Game 2 of our game.
Yup, and that is what you call
Okay, now
quality
let's look.
shot.
I haven't looked at the comment. Okay, so if you want to shout out, you should type it now.
Okay, shout
Shout,
out to John Joseph Liwag. Pa-shout out daw
yeah.
from Arcon. Shout out as well to Arvin Arenas. Yeah, get shout outed. Shout
That's
out to
right.
Angel
Shout
Lopez
out
as well. And we see interactions of Mumu and
Ooh.
Oliver from a jungle person from the comments, which I won't mention.
Heal. Shout out. Shout
Special
out.
shout out din po to Pearl Gabriel.
Oh, insane. Insane.
Out to you, and we are now waiting for our
The weak
second
fear
game.
the shadows.
First game goes to
Fear controls
PBX.
them.
What are you expecting ngayon as the play-by-play caster? Oh,
Ban Volibear.
no.
Ban
I feel
Volibear?
like ban the standard.
Are they banning the same things? Oh my god.
I feel like it's fine.
Okay, the Vayne ban does come in.
Yeah, I think that was nice for them to try to stop that pain, and they stopped the Mumu as well. They do recognize that Mumu is broken, and he's very annoying to deal with. So
They could pick the Shen or the Volibear for themselves. That's a possibility.
I want to see a new team comp. I really...
Are you really? Oh,
there's a new team.
Oh.
There's a
Nuno.
Nuno is welcome.
Nuno
The
mid.
house of
Nuno mid?
Dagsintala. No.
Nuno
I
mid.
feel like this is gonna.
Nuno mid. I feel Nuno mid. Nuno
No.
mid.
I am not an advocate for mid, and I will never.
I have seen Faker do it, so it works. Like, okay, let's see what's gonna be
Logic
picked out.
League
For
of Legends
Pandora.
mid lane.
Yeah.
Waiting
Oh.
on Kennen.
We
We
gotta
are
pick
seeing
Kennen.
a new game. Let's go. That's a very good sign.
Okay,
Our
so
viewer
Kennen,
for a fresh start.
Kennen very good in team fighting. Just,
Yup.
absolutely slashing everyone in the back
There's
line
the
and then in the
Circle
front
of
line.
Doom and the Sonyas of Doom. Ball of Doom. Kennen in a nutshell, but
Oh, they do pick the
I-
Volibear, so
I want to sideline onto how I want to say that Kennen has has a lot of the best skin. Okay, red Kennen, yellow Kennen, blue Kennen.
White Kennen. Yeah. Yep.
You might as well be the
Great skins.
whole color.
Okay. The Janna is gonna be coming in. I hope this doesn't go Hill of Blades. Okay.
I don't think it's gonna go Halo Blades. Like, is there really an interaction when it comes to Halo Blades and chat?
Nothing. Not absolutely nothing.
Oh, you can make those circle.
Okay. Now we have a picture of how the jungle and the top fights will go. What do you think?
Yup.
What do you think? What do you think?
Kennen and Volibear against the well, four people dealing E, and you have a Volibear that's probably gonna build down. I think that's really bad. But then again, Kale is a late game scaler, so I want to see if this scale is gonna reach a point where she's gonna be able to kill Volibear with slashing and sweeping, all of the good stuff from Kale, because she is again a strong pick from top lane. Not again, just but I want to emphasize that Kale is a strong champ in general right now. This pack.
Mm-hmm. You've seen the
See
Kale
an Ash-
heads and the Kale top, which is usual.
Ashban though, that's pretty standard when you're against the Janna. You don't really against them. Ash Janna is one of those annoying picks. It might not be as good as like Kate Madonna or Kate Lux, but it is pretty annoying because you slow with Janna and you slow with Ash and just die with a million slows, as well as a shield onto Ash and
I'm actually
Blitzcrank ban though.
surprised that there's no more mid bans from Dagsintala. They choose to ban the Blitzcrank. I
I
guess it
guess
just makes sense. Does make
yeah,
sense.
cause Blitzcrank that stops. Janet doesn't really want to fight against the Blitzcrank. Like previously, you've seen Nami ban the Nautilus because enchanters don't really want to fight against hook champs because if you get hooked, lane is screwed. And we see a Z ban. Did mention that Daxentala didn't give priority to mid, but we see the Z in as a
Oh,
ban
Jin
for Daxentala.
Morgana. What do you think of his bot lane?
Jin Morgana, the O when I hear Morgana, I hear either Ash or Kate. Kate being the good side and Ash being the bad, because Ash just doesn't do damage and Kate just has a lot of synergy. But thinking Jin, I mean Jin is strong. And you have CC in the form of Morgana, that's a free route onto someone from the bot lane of this Dagsintala. Get the route, that's 3 seconds. You get the route from Jin, that's like 1.5 seconds I believe. And then you have the damage raining from Jin, the burst. And then if you get out, you have a curtain call to deal. But then again, Tristana getting picked up, that's a good pick from Dagsintala. You have to be good at those reactions. You know you're not gonna get out from a binding, you have to time your jump.
Oh, okay. Now we have completed comps. I think it's gonna be Kale versus Kennen and Twisted Fate versus Irelia. Of course, the Twisted Fate being an option for that global pressure. We saw the Ken uh actually dictate some of the story that happened in the first game with the TP at bot and just letting the Vayne
Hmm.
get fed there. So, what do you think will the TF's effect be on the second game?
TF, so they went for a mid laner that has a lot of global pressure. Thing about that is, if you have a Kale and you have a TF and you're against the Kennen, if you get that stun onto Kennen, like if you're laning with Kale, with the Kale on your team and you have global pressure, you want to feed that global pressure onto the lane with Kale. Because Kale is a good late game scaling. I don't think TF is I think TF is gonna prioritize both like equally, Kale and Tristana,
Mm-hmm.
because they're good late scaler. They're good mid game, but I'm just a bit biased towards Kale because I play Kale more than I play Tristana, and I can definitely say that Kale scales better at the late game. But then again, Kennen has good disengage options once he is level 3 from that movement speed ball, get out, and you have stuns from your kit as well, stopping probably a lot of the engages from Sintal. So it's an Irelia versus TF, so I'm thinking not that many fights onto mid lane. Irelia's probably gonna try to engage on the TF, but I think TF's gonna stay safe and probably just match Irelia in CS
Mm-hmm.
and just feed the pressure globally.
Okay, now let's focus our attention on the junglers now. So having Kale as a top laner, I think tells me that uh you wouldn't really look for advantages in there because you'll scale up a level 16 anyway. So
Yup,
Nunu would probably go either mid or bot.
yup,
Uh so if they're gonna be
probably.
playing for they could be playing for bot again because of the Twisted Fate, TP, and Treasure on bot lane. So what would happen in that situation?
The only thing hindering that kind of plan is Morgana. And not even just Morgana, it's Morgana and Jin. If you get rooted by Morgana, then that engage is over. If your engaged target gets black shielded and doesn't get CC'd and has enough movement speed to get out, that engage is over and Jin and Morgana can probably even turn that fight and look for opportunities to stall time for the Kennen TP if that ever comes to case. But I think Nunu is gonna try to just I'm not sure what Nunu is gonna do this here. Maybe try to push with TF against Irelia or probably even try to kill the Irelia with the Yeah. Because
Mhm.
that's a possibility. Because we know that Irelia is probably going to be pushing a lot if the lane goes equal. Because Irelia is looking to fight, looking for priority, and TF is not really someone that's gonna outduel an Irelia. Because Irelia is Irelia. She isn't
Yep.
really that strong in the meta right now, but she still is a duelist, and she can outduel you in the even if the lane's a bit short.
Okay, it looks like we're gonna be waiting just a few moments to go into the Summoner's Rift. Who do you think will win?
There's no Amumu right now, right? So
No,
there's no
Mumu.
team to you know what? We want the suspense, we want the thrill, we want the full BO3. We are rooting for DGN. Whoa!
Hmm. On the one hand, yeah, best of three. On the other hand, I wanna eat. So if
Where's
I
the
wanted to.
objective shoutcasting? What happened to quality shoutcasting? Okay, let's look at it objectively. Who actually
Ooh.
wanna win?
Eri
From
Kennen.
That's normal. We just
Really?
haven't seen it that much. Yes, yes. Kennen goes airy no. It's just not
Didn't
being
know
seen
that.
because sometimes Kennen prioritizes lethal tempo or
Mm-hmm.
conqueror or predator, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe even
Yeah.
spellbook. Yeah, but airy is the standard build from previous seasons that we've seen.
Ooh, look at the Dark Harvest from the Jindo. I think he would be going for the Eclipse build.
Eclipse build, yep.
Yep.
Jhin is good with Dark Harvest, to say the least. With Eclipse, you have a lot of upfront damage and we're met with a quick pause.
Another pause here. We don't have a we don't have a fight to entertain our viewers
What
with, so
is
there's
gonna happen in the next 10 seconds? A. Dagsintala gets, Kale gets a penta. B. Cannon gets a penta.
uh,
Or
uh,
C. The game crashes. Now I'm kidding. Crashing. And we're
just
now
saying,
returning
just
to the
saying.
game.
Chat manager, that is not a poll. Don't make it a poll.
Oh no!
Don't make it a poll. Okay, they're all going bot side, which seems to me they're gonna be cheesing someone. Ooh,
Oh
haven't seen
wait,
this
four
invade
people.
path.
We see a Tristana. Oh
Oh,
no.
oh, is
Tristana.
Tristana then the
Oh
binding does
no!
come in? Does the rocket jump
Nice.
saves her?
Does
Okay.
detect something brewing and then immediately goes for rocket jump and goes out. Nice timing, nice reactions from the Tristana. That probably would have been a death if she didn't rocket jump out or maybe a flash blow at least. Actually, she does have cleanse.
Okay.
It She did preserve those two summons, sure, more important.
Now we're gonna be. Let's look at the item builds for now. Pretty standard.
Nothing
No
out of the ordinary.
surprising.
Everything's thing out of the blue.
Everything's normal except this thing. I tell ya. Already,
Oh,
already getting damage. The Jana.
what?
Jana.
Wait.
Already chunked the Irelia to half health, and she has to
Oh
come into this. The
no.
stun coming in from the TF.
Oh no.
What
Quite
is this?
unfortunate there. Irelia met with a Jana that can probably just step out of the blade and just chunk her out, but that's
Okay,
not
we're
really
gonna
the
be
end of
looking
the
for a
world.
level
Oof.
2 in this mid lane. I think Irelia might be just dead here.
I don't think
To level
so, because
2.
Irelia still is. Oh no.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no, no.
god. Oh, one more auto.
No, no.
Good thing the TF didn't take ignite.
And
They
he
would have
wouldn't
been
really
dead.
be in a position to be there. He would have flash ignited, but I guess yeah, that's an option. But Irelia, more
Oh,
importantly, doesn't have TP. She
true.
already blows all the ticks from her corrupting pod.
Well,
But
TF
she
just gonna
is
have
half
full.
health
Oh,
right
it
now.
is healing now. She's healing now.
But the wave is in a pretty bad spot. Yep.
Oh, a gank though
Oh,
from top lane. Oh, hold my thoughts in the draft a while ago. The flash gonna be popped from the cannon. I guess you will gank a kill. Level 2.
yep.
Let's go with that. Yeah, and it worked. The cannon does blow the flash there. Worth for the Nuno.
Quite, quite the action. It's not really action. It's like
It's
scrappy
funny. It's
things here and
funny.
there. That Janna initial start was pretty funny, and then you see the Nunu trying to go for that Irelia as well, not really getting anything, and then transitioning to gank up, leading into Flash. It's more eventful than last game. We're seeing new dynamics within these types of contests.
Okay. Uh, okay, we have a question here. Is Irelia really viable at mid, especially with the TF range? Counter what's gonna be the
I mean,
dynamic there?
again, Irelia is a good duelist.
Mhm.
She's fine mid. She can probably stack up her passive and transition that into a kill if TF's not being careful. But TF does have tanky capabilities. But wait, I forgot. Roa just got deleted from the.
Yep,
What's the
Roa
first
is gone.
build of? What's the first build for TF? I actually don't know. I haven't played TF
It's a parrot
yet.
tall.
No, I meant the first full item. Oh, and the
Okay,
fight
speaking
going
of
mid.
TF, another fight at
Speaking of
mid.
duel,
Irelia already chunking this TF, and
and there you go.
despite the level 1 chunk from the Janna, Irelia still gets first blood.
That pretty much answers your question.
Eh,
If you stack up the passive, you're still a very good duelist. If you have the range to probably stun and stop that combo on happening to you, then that's great. But if it lands onto you and Irelia is just there, then you're probably gonna die from autos.
oh
TF
my
did
god.
hold flash there. Quite
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. I think he should have flashed out. It could have been a flash from that E or probably flash after Irelia Qs. Because I'm pretty sure Nunu was at Raptors during that time.
Okay.
Quite unfortunate for the TF. That's gonna that lead of Irelia is gonna snowball a
Already
bit.
the level
For
actually I think pretty clean from pure clean. Like the
yeah,
jump already from level 1 transitioning into a 9 CS
clean.
lead at mid and a kill advantage as well.
Pretty nicely played from this PBX mid lane
And
as they
because
now
mid
have
has no prior,
priority. Oh
they
no,
could get
Nunu's
DR now.
alone.
However, Nobu gonna be trying to contest. The flash does come in order for him to escape. But that might just secure the DR here. The
Not
Jana
unless.
Tornado
Oh
doesn't
my
secure it. Oh, that
gosh!
would have been so good.
Woo! Whenever I see a Jana out on the pit, oh, and a fight
Oh,
hop. Never mind.
okay.
Oh,
Disguising
never mind.
Maelstrom, not gonna do
Again,
anything.
not gonna do that much for this cannon. Again, on my point, whenever I see a Jana behind the Baron pit, I don't remember what teams are playing. I remember the Jana steal from Baron. I remember a vivid memory of I think that's Worlds, and
Uh-huh.
Jana just stole the Baron with a nade. And whenever I see a
Oh,
Jana
let's see a
behind the pit
top
and a
lane.
topside fight, oh,
Okay. Just
there you
absolutely
go.
deleting the cannon. And I guess what I've talked about in draft a while ago is now
Is
non-existent.
wrong.
Nunu can gank a kill. Free level 16. Cool. Good to
Again,
know.
if
Good to
Kale,
know.
I think they're just trying to accelerate scale. If
That's
you
true.
accelerate Kale, then what's stopping you from trying to make the Kale earlier reach the 16 power? Oh. And if she has a lead to begin with, which she does have pretty substantial when it comes to a lane from the standpoint of a late game scaler, it's very scary for this cannon to play because if you let the dynamics of this lane just be trading CSs and that's it, and that's probably gonna be in the favor of Dagsintala because
Mm.
talent can just try to reach late game from
Oh, 1v1 in the mid
the
lane. Who
sheer
flash?
advantage.
Okay, TF just flashed there to the enemy side.
I think he was trying to flash the ult flash forward to stop the ult
Maybe
from landing, but it
it didn't
was a
work.
bit mistimed, and that's 2 kills to the Irelia. It's funny how the Irelia was getting busted.
It's actually incredible how she came back. And
Yeah, if I were the Irelia, I would have been so tilted, and I probably would have. Oh well. Especially
mental
since I don't have
fortitude.
TP.
That's
That's
true.
probably just well played from pure PBX.
Now PBX does have a slight gold lead, 600 gold. However, it is stabilized by the Kale's lead at top because that's supposed to be a losing matchup. And the Kale's keeping up and actually has a slight lead because of that Nunu gank in top lane. Now, Volibear gonna be
Ooh,
hanging out at bot, see if something happens. He
Nunu's
isn't
here as
spotted.
well. Nunu's walk.
Oh, that's true. Nunu's here as well. Let's
This
see
is a
if any
3v3.
gank happened.
Oh,
The root from the
an
Morgana are gonna
engage.
be coming in. The
Nice,
rocket
nice
jump. The
reaction.
critical knocks damage from the Jin. The Nunu though just battling down here. The Volibear does reveal himself now. Kennen TPs. And can they do anything here? I think that's just a wasted TP from the Kennen.
That was sad, and now we're gonna see that situation again. Remember that Vladimir and Shen situation in the top
Yep.
side of the map? Kale's just gonna get a
Except they
lot
didn't
of
get anything
CS.
here.
Yeah, it's true. And that's way better.
Okay,
Oh,
slicing
and there's a
Maelstrom are
fight
gonna be
at bot
coming
side. What
in.
was that?
No, the Janna is just dead. The Nunu is also dead because of the R from the Volibear. Now Tristana gonna be running away from that Kennen. Kennen, Q1Q? The 80 doesn't kill her. Meanwhile, on mid lane, Irelia gonna be
Nice
exhausted. The
exhaust.
yellow card
Nice
coming in
stun.
from the TP, from the TF, but
Oh, the
Irelia
flash!
just flashes and kills the TF. That's 1-5, and suddenly, with the snap of a finger, PBX has control of the game.
I remember 5 seconds earlier you said, oh, the PBX didn't get any. And then immediately.
Hey. Oh, and they might get another thing here.
Oh
The
no!
yellow card!
Overdose!
Oh my god! Oh!
Oh,
She should have
unfortunate.
waited for an on. Oh no, that's sad. The
That
wave
was
wasn't
sad.
with her.
I thought Jana was just gonna bully the Irelia again, but unfortunately the minions reached the tower before Irelia
That's
was pushed
sad.
onto tower, and she survived with her life as well as the kill onto that Jana.
The Irelia is just gigafed now. Like 4 kills, 77 CS, 400 gold bounty. This guy can just carry the entire game.
Probably
And
because she's just gonna snowball. She just hurts now.
Kale can only counter carry, is that the term? Kale can only counter carry at level
I
16.
guess you can.
And I'll probably be too late at that point.
You know what? I'm betting on this Kale. Say, because
Uh-huh.
you've been saying 16. No, I say 11. I feel like the power spike is not strictly to 16, but then again, there's a fight at topside right now.
Slicing Maelstrom gonna be coming in from the cannon, does not deal enough damage at TM, gonna be
And the
TPing at
global
top
pressure.
lane, while Red, a PBX already getting the Ocean Dragon there. The kill does from the R. And how?
Kale ulted the DF. That was tragic. This is why
unfortunate mistake.
I keep what do you call this? I keep putting everything on self-cast. I know it's a bad thing when it comes to shielding stuff. Like, if you're going Kale, you don't really want to always have it on self-cast because you would still save it for your team, but I'm really just not confident on myself saving from a 1v1 situation. As
And
now,
again, you've already
Nunu's trying
seen
to
there, however,
transition.
Nunu. Gonna be trying to chop Irelia out the RS pop, but nothing is gonna happen. Irelia just gonna run away, be content with that.
Oh, Kale's now fighting the Irelia. Now this is a shorter lane, that despite the Irelia lead would have been greater, the impact would have been greater if it was a long lane, especially if Irelia can decent resist. But in mid lane, a fight is a fight.
Irelia R's the kill,
A
the kill,
fight
kill,
is
that's
a
the kill
fight.
of R. The kill is not
no!
finished, and shut down comes in from the kill. Irelia just being careless there.
Pure clean, missing that one auto. I think that was a cancel. I think she thought Kill was dead and tried to walk away, but it
She
was
had Ignite
just.
as well. She had Ignite as well.
Did she? Oh,
Oh.
that's tragic.
Now the Kale has the bounty and could actually, you said the level 11 power spike could carry on through with that and try to get
Yeah.
the third dragon at 3 minutes as well.
But let's not be too ahead of ourselves. PBX still does have a
Mm-hmm.
1.2k gold lead on the game, so still. I'm amazed
They
that
have
Tristanas can do. Why
Oh.
can't I do that on Tristana? As now, DGN engage onto the bot lane. I just got
Yeah,
amazed. Like, this Tristana, whenever she gets rooted by Morgana,
yeah,
I
just
can
art
never.
away.
Yeah.
Okay, now
I don't
that
know
gold
why.
lead, the 1King gold lead is gonna get caught off because of this Herald play at bot. Even though
That's
they didn't get
probably two
anything here.
plates for
Yeah,
their bot lane.
that's, yeah. Oh, did they get anything? Oh,
I
it
think
is funneled into the
it funneled
Nuno.
auto Nunu because the bot lane weren't in range to get the goal.
Mm-hmm. So, at least they got the gold. And, okay. Look at
That
mid,
was their
Nuno gonna be
priority
snowballing.
because it was 14 minutes and Nunu really just had to put it to get some form of income from that early called it objective.
Mm-hmm. Low topside is gonna get Calder. However, Jana gonna be coming to support the Irelia. Irelia is dead from the 80. Goodbye,
I didn't even
Jana.
see how she died. Wait,
The 80 killed her.
the small particles from Kale's auto just look so weak to me.
Oh,
Like, and then there's a
another
fight at bot
fight.
now,
TP
transitioning
gonna be
onto
coming
bot
in from the
side.
kill. The Nuno also
Kale,
coming here as well. The special is on the Morgana. The Nuno gonna be coming and trying to tower dive here, but nothing's gonna happen. They're gonna be, I think, content with pushing for this tower. Though topside did get first turret. However, there's gonna be another fight. The cannon is on the back line
Kennen,
and just slicing Maelstrom. However, he is pushed by the Jana ult and they can get away. However, Curtain call. What?
cancelled by the Nado by the Jana. I saw that.
Oh,
Well
this
played from that
Jana.
Jana.
Look,
Insane.
there's the 1-2 score does not justify this Jana's
Honestly,
performance.
that Jana is pretty good, but the only problem was that one failed attempt onto the Irelia.
But you
Sadly,
saw there
but
as well, they could have died, but the Jana
yeah,
are away the
that could have
cannon.
been an
It was
easy
so
kill
clutch.
onto the Nunu, which was like 5% health. And
Yep.
other people were also pretty low from that engage by PBX. So they didn't
Oh.
really get anything as now a fight onto mid. Nice stun by the Irelia.
Not gonna be anything happening there. The TF does blow the ult. However, it is good for this DR fight. However,
Oh no,
Morgana gets the
Jana, you're
binding
out
onto
of
the Jana.
place.
Jana is dead.
Quite
No more DR
unfortunate.
steal.
She was probably going for wards onto the Drake because it was spawning and
Mm-hmm.
it's about to be soul point for PBX. You forgot to mention that it is actually a cloud soul this time.
Oh, console
And
Morgana and
when it
also
comes to
console
that,
Volibear and
oh
Kennen. Wait,
no,
everyone.
it's a cannon.
Wait, everyone's gonna benefit from
Cannon with cloud soul is scary. Oh,
how the
I mean I think it's a pretty common skill when it should just but
Hey,
don't really
I can't do that. I mean, I don't play Tisana, but you said you can't do that. I mean,
But we are seeing a Drake attempt from PBX
oh,
now.
Nuno gonna be trying to cancel the DR. Did
Everyone
reset
here.
the PBX. Did secure that. The slicing maelstrom from the cannon gonna be coming in.
This
The
fight
kill.
looks familiar,
the
but
TF,
now there's
the
a kill.
though. Let's see this. The autos. However, the stun coming in. Not gonna be able to clutch this. However, Tristana and Jana coming in from the back line. The Irala trying to save something here, but nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. Jin, you are just dead. Let's see what happens. TF gonna be running in and triple kill for the TF. Absolutely swept.
This scenario also happened in the previous game. Remember, Volibear took Drake and then just went in. This was the same fight, but the difference was they had the Kale that was pretty fed into the... Kale was just shredding onto the people that were engaging onto him. That was like 3 people. That was Irelia, Volibear and Kennen trying to go for that kill, she actually just swept through all of them, and low health bars equates to death for PBX. Now Dagsintala, from a 1k deficit, now transitioning onto a 2.5k gold lead.
Oh, another fight made. The Rocket Jump gonna be escaping that Soul Shackles from Morgana. They are gonna be securing this Rift Herald, I think. There's gonna be... Oh, Cannon though. Can they steal this? The Volibear has to flash away. Flash into the Rift Herald, however. I didn't see who took the Herald, but let's see what happens here. The Nunu just gonna be stunned here. Okay, they do secure the Herald at the cost of Nunu.
I'd say that was pretty worth on
It's actually worth because he gets more gold
yeah, they're gonna
from
probably attempt for push momentum at some point in this game. Once an objective spawns, we do see 3 minutes onto the Cloud Drake, and that's enough time for them to hold on to Shelly and probably try to put it down mid so that PBX won't be able to contest as comfortably as they could have in their situation.
It's actually a pretty even game because there is a 1.3 gold lead from Dagsintala, but PBX has the soul point. Another engage gonna be happening top though. Kennen is just dead.
You're too in.
That's so sad.
We did see Volibear and Morgana were on the sidelines, probably gonna try to support, and the reason why Kennen was probably pushing lane, but the ult from TF stunning him down, pinning the Kennen onto underneath tower, not in range for the support from Volibear and Morgana, leading to a kill for Dagsintala. Well played, well executed. Would you even call it that much of execution? It's not
yeah.
nice usage of their comp. I think that's more of.
Okay, and now let's look back. Never mind. Okay, let's hold that thought. Irelia gonna be caught out here. The CC coming in from the Nunu and the TF just finishing, and Dagsintala just taking off. Members of PBX that are just what do you call this? Not in possession, and just I don't remember the word.
I've just been noticing that a lot of these scenarios that we have come into parallel to our first game. I remember that one fight again. Remember the Yone and Vladimir engaging into a Cassiopeia, and now it's still Pure Clean that's getting engaged on. The only difference is you don't have a Shen that can respond to you, and people in Dagsintala are actually pretty fed themselves. So even if you're a strong duelist right now and you have pretty good set of items for yourself, you can't really fight for those kinds of fights when you don't see a lot of the people from the...
Okay, now let's check things for this DR fight. 57 seconds. What's at stake here is soul point for PBX and possibly a delaying action for Dagsintala. Nunu does have the Herald in order to delay and get mid prio for this oncoming fight. They do have Baton over the pit. Irelia is on bot side though, trying to get bot side prio. I think they're gonna be dropping Herald now there. They're gonna be PBX gonna be... Oh, they're just pushing now. They're gonna be trying to push into this. The DR is 25 seconds still away from spawning. They do get some chunk of damage on that second tier tower. However, Kennen just going in. The Janna again just zoning that Kennen out of existence. The Nunu though gonna be armed by the kill in order to survive. However, Kennen just going in. Nothing gonna be happening there. Lots of ults pop, but no one is dead. Now they're gonna be going for this DR.
Bit of whiffs from PBX in terms of ults right there. The Kennen looks good, but then you have the Janna that can ult you out.
Okay, let's see what happens here. The blue team does get the dragon, no steal. Skirting Call is gonna get dropped. The Volibear is on the backside trying to fight the Nunu. The Volibear is dead. Irelia trying to 1v4 in the middle of everyone. The Janna Tornado and the TF yellow card just stuns the Irelia to death. And Dagsintala, it feels like they have firm control and they are just getting away team fight after team fight.
The kill is just fed right now. Like, you can't win a fight if you try to go onto a position of Dagsintala. Dagsintala has good position. And if you have a fed Kayle and you have a strong position on Chick, if you try to go in that recklessly, that looked a bit reckless on the side of PBX because they didn't have ults of Ken and Irelia. So if you go in, you don't have any form of dueling potential because they're all down. So Kayle was just autoing everyone to death, and they got
And
isolated. PBX just got isolated separately.
I actually want to bring this point out. I now see the genius behind the Janna pick. Kennen is useless. That
That's
that
true.
that circle of doom, you just push it. That's all you need to do. You push it away, and there's no more circle of doom.
Irelia, push it away. Volibear, push it away. Cannon, the Maelstrom, push it
Push it
away.
away.
If this Janna manages to get those kinds of miracle plays, not really a play, miracle stops from plays to be more precise, then Dagsintala can actually just get away with this because Kayle has too much consistent damage, and if PBX even whips one ultimate, I think it's a transition onto a win for the.
Already, there's the Irelia a while ago was fed 4-0, and now just 5 deaths after, it looks like she is not gonna be able to do anything. Now Baron just gonna be Dagsintala just gonna be pushing here with the Baron buff,
I
and
don't think she
not they can do
can
nothing about
duel
it.
against the Kayle. Kayle's just
Oh,
too fed. Even if he
okay, she's just
stuns.
gonna be trying though.
Oh,
The Kayle has have the or the Nunu is here to respond. The Irelia does have the ult, but the Irelia bit more than she could chew and is dead from the Nunu.
that was actually a lot of damage from the Irelia. I didn't expect that. She was like full health and then immediately became 20% from just an
Oh.
EQQ.
Now
Though an
Tristana
engagement
might
that
have jumped
Tristana, I
too
think that
far.
was
The Volley
bad.
Bear. Oh, can you dodge 4 shots? Nope. And Jana is just also dead. Bit of overextension there from Dagsintala.
Yup, that was not a fight to be had. You didn't know where Volibear was. Volibear just jumps to you and you're just pressured out of the fight
Oh.
and you just waste your spells.
Oh, speaking of
Now,
Volley Bear, he might be looked to
Dagsintala
engage
has
here. The Kayle doesn't have
no
an
ult
R.
onto the
No,
Kayle.
has okay, he can run away. But let's see what happens. The root from the
Nice
Jake does
road.
come in. Nothing can get you away from the Volley Bear, the Jin, and the Morgana.
Nicely played there. I think Dagsintala just overextended pretty much on all fronts. I think Tristana and Janna were trying to get stuff in lane, but that's an overextension. And then at top side, when your mid lane pressure is gone, you have to back off. But
Oh, speaking of overextension, the flash coming in from the TF, trying to run away. The yellow card hands it over to the cannon and says bye bye.
is disengaged from TF. Having to blow the flash though would have been killed. Overextensions everywhere from Dagsintala. Quite unfortunate. Their Goldie
they still
just
do have
has
the gold.
shrunk down. They have
They
a
still do have the
4K
gold.
Goldie.
They have to
But
fight for this DR
there
though.
is a Drake lead. There's a 2 Drake lead in the side of PBX, and they are at Soul Point. And remember, I know that Janna can stop those engages, but if you have a Cloud Soul, then maybe the lingering effects of those kinds of plays from Janna, those kinds of ults from Janna, can actually be mitigated a bit. Depends on how this PBX is actually gonna use their ultimates, because we haven't seen that effective usage yet.
Oh, they're gonna be
Though,
engaging now
Kayle,
onto the Kayle. So Shackle's gonna be coming from the Morgana. No ult now. The R does come in from the Kayle. The Nuno tanking damage from in the front line. The Sizing Maelstrom gonna be coming in and another bonk! Okay, Nuno
I
gonna
just
be trying to
noticed,
re-engage as well. Curtain call.
and that's a
Just
disengage. That looked good on the side of PBX, but then again, we're back to a position where PBX really need their ults, because if you go in without your ults, you're gonna die.
see if that
DGN
happens
is just
now.
in such a good position, and Kayle can
Oh
just rain
my
down
god.
damage.
Janna is honestly hyper carrying this game, but they can feel this. They cannot though. Never mind. 2 tiers on Dagsintala's name.
I can see the reason why they picked Tristana, and it's not just Janna, it's actually also Tristana. If you are against the Kennen and you have a Tristana, just boop them out. If Janna can't if Janna already used R, as well as Kale that provides protection in the form of her ult, as well as movement speed, and you also have Nunu, which is just tanky this
That's
game.
true.
You see,
However, TF might be
she's
overextended
really
here. The binding gonna be coming in from the Morgana. However, Jana is here to respond. Soul Shackles does come in. Oh, the
Nunu
cannon!
is here as well.
So much! And he's not dead. Can they get this though? The Nunu just eats the cannon out of existence. The Morgana and the tower is dead. Volibear are out of that fight. And Dagsintala is now again barreling onto the base of PBX. They're gonna get the third tower. They're gonna get the inhibitor. And it's up to
Is this
Irelia,
game?
Jane,
They
and
might
Volibear to
even be
stop
game
this.
because they
Are they
don't
gonna
have.
look for more? They're gonna disengage and
Okay,
they're just gonna slow down this game.
That was a bit of an overextension from TF, but that overextension was actually a form of a bait instead of a bad call from the TF. That was well played from TF, trying to bait out the Morgana and Cannon, losing their lives once the DGN squad has been trying to go for the response in the form of Kale and as well as Janna. Well
Okay,
played from Dagsintala.
the PBX tried to steal this Baron, spawning in a second now. Jana is not there. TF is not there. They're not gonna be starting it yet, though. PBX will hover around the pit.
This game is a game of interactions of all.
Mm-hmm.
If this cannon gets booped out, the fight's done. If Irelia whips the ult, the fight's probably. If Volibear going in gets booped out as well, then you're probably just gonna run away because you're too far to engage into the team. Can't really do much, so you have to run away. So it depends on the usage of the ults of Tristana and Janna. So Morgana positioning very aggressively.
Oh, the TP
Cannon
that may be coming in from the
into
cannon
it.
now. The slicing
And
maelstrom
Kale
is
stuck.
available.
Kale
The
is stuck.
Irelia! Did you see that? He missed the Irelia or okay, slicing maelstrom gonna be coming in from this cannon. The Kale is dead
But
though.
Kale is
The
dead.
Nunu is dead. And not DGN are running away from the hills. And PBX might just come back with this game.
That was unfortunate. The Kale was trying to attack the Baron. I think the Kale was trying to get it for themselves. Like they didn't want to give it up. They thought the threat wasn't that big. But if it's a cannon with TP, that's a whole different story. Because if cannon is hand delivered into a team, there's no good situation, and you're stuck in Baron. Then you're probably just gonna be collapsed on by the whole team, and you're the primary carry for this Dagsintala team. You're not really looking for Twisted Fate. That Twisted Fate does deal a lot of damage, but it's not really gonna be the one that you're gonna rely on in terms of sustained ones. It's gonna be the Kale, as well as probably the Tristana. But the engage there onto PBX the engage of PBX onto Dagsintala was pretty well played because they averted the situation where Tristana could stop the ults of Cannon and Irelia did with the ult, but the kill was too far in the pit to be saved, and that just caused the whole fight for Dagsintala.
And with that one play, PBX are suddenly back in the game. Look at that goal lead, just absolutely diminished from that Baron power play. The Kale has only reached 16 though. I think that was a recent development. So they could still try to look for a play and try to put the Kale in a position to hyper carry in that fight, especially with DR going to be coming in at 42 seconds.
The saving grace for I still think PBX is on. They're still not on even footing. PBX is still down, but
okay. Speaking of PBX is down, the Soul Shackle is gonna be coming in. The Kale saves the Nunu there. The Kale just dealing so much damage into that front line. Irelia though gonna be trying to flank. Jana is dead. Irelia Kale might be cut out here. The slicing maelstrom from the cannon gets the Tristana as well, and that is Cloud Soul for PBX. However, okay, Morgana is backing here. The inhibitor is traded for that DR. I think
PBX is gonna get Drake most likely. There's no contest
but
here.
at least TF tried to trade away what he can and tried to
he's most likely dead.
Take advantage, but he has to escape this. He has to sidestep the he has to sidestep the Irelia though.
Just stop.
Oh,
Yep, you missed
oh,
that.
that.
Nice binding.
Nice binding from the Morgana there. And now PBX suddenly, with those two plays, are now ahead and are now,
In gold.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, gold as well. They do have open Nexus. So there is a possibility that Dagsintala may backdoor with that Kale and with the TF.
That possibility is a bit diminished though if you think about. I guess Kale and TF are good split pushers, but if this PBX squad plays their cards right and look at the map and actually fight the fight that they want to take, PBX
Mhm.
can actually still run away with this despite the early lead to that Kale.
They
Because
can.
Kale,
They can.
you saw that. The
Yep.
reason why they lost those two fights was because they were not in a position to try and have those monsoons from Janna stopping a lot of things.
Mm.
Like, they were forced to push Volibear out of his engage onto Kale because Kale was trying to go in and then she was forced to ult, as well as Janna forcing ult because they don't want to risk Volibear going onto the Kale as well as the other people behind him. So
Mm.
those are the types of fights that PBX want to find where they waste the Janna ult, they probably want the Tristana ult out as well as the Kale ult. Because if you, again, this is a war of who can save those ults for critical moments. If you are forced to use your ult on awkward position, then you're probably gonna lose the next fight. If you don't, if you try to push for stuff. And that's just what happens. Right? Remember, in the early stages of the game, they PBX actually lost because Kennen and Irelia weren't finding those engages, but now that
Mhm.
they are, and now that they are shredding the DGN lineup and actually them far apart from each other, PBX is actually a step ahead of DGN.
Huh. Uh, you know what I think should be the play?
Mm,
Bot side is pushing with super minions, right?
that is true.
1 minute in Baron. Set up for a Baron fight. PBX versus DGN. And then with TP from Kale and TF, backdoor with those super
That's
minions and
oh
end the game. However, all from the TF is gonna be popped
four
here.
people
Irelia
onto
might get cut
Irelia.
out. Irelia is just dead, and this just might be enough for DGN to secure the Baron. It is 55 seconds. Morgana is laying down vision on the Baron pit, but it's a 4v5. It's
The
very
timer of
risky for
Irelia matches the
PBX.
Baron, but she doesn't have TP, which
That's
is
true.
quite, yeah, that's
Oh,
unfortunate. No,
oh, no, 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 green.
getting a root
CC
onto
here.
the
The
Nunu. This is
CC
the
chain.
jungler. This is
And
important. Oh
The Nunu
no!
flashes away and saves it. But the curtain call gonna be dropping in for the Jin, trying to get this Janna. Janna is hit,
Janna's
but the
probably
E
dead.
just running
Oh,
away.
never
Nope, the
mind.
Nado just
Wait, what is
deters the
happening?
Morgana there. Okay, I'm
I
telling you,
thought the Nunu was dead and then he flashed. I thought the Janna was dead
was
and then
dead.
she was out. Quite
Telling you,
unfortunate. I think
look at that bot
any
side.
of those two picks, any of those. Oh, that side is very, very, very
Backdoor
fast.
place. Backdoor place.
I mean,
There's
the
one more
thing
super
is,
minion. There's one more
the
super
person
minion here.
defending has TP. Huh?
Yeah, but
Wait, Dagsintala is starting. And the PBX is not in a position to contest this. They don't have
okay,
people in Baron pick.
Jin has to contest this. Volibear is here.
Dagsintala has
He
5 people
doesn't have
in
the flash.
pick.
He doesn't have the flash. The blue team does get the Baron. The
And the
TP coming
TP.
in from the cannon. They're gonna be re-engaging here. The Morgana gets the on the R
And
from
the
the
Monsoon!
Janna gets it and walks the cannon away. The kill
What was
are in
happening?
here.
What's happening?
Tristana jumping in the middle of everything. It's a 3-4-2 right now.
Kale is
Irelia
dead.
trying to clutch.
Kale is
Irelia is
dead.
dead. But Janna is dead.
Ooh.
And Jin gets the quadra kill.
What was that? I couldn't process what was happening. First, Janna got a godly ult onto the engaged of the team, and then everything just went. I thought it was going smoothly for Dagsintala,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
I just saw Kale fall, and at that point, I thought Kale was safe there, but I guess she overstepped a bit and got picked off. I think Kale should be, once that monsoon was off from Janna, Kale should be at the back line trying to rain down the autos. You don't have to hit everyone, but you just can't risk your life for kills that you can probably get if you can just play front to back in the back line. So PBX running away with
Look,
a, a five
just
five
say
kills, an ace
the
onto
spotlight
Dagsintala.
was on the Kale. The spotlight was on the Kale. We never noticed the creeping Eclipse Dark Harvest Jade.
That's true. This whole game was all about the kill, and then a bit of misplay from the kill, still the spotlight onto the kill. And we've only actually been mentioning the kill and the Janna so far. I need to commend this PBX more because
That's
they're
true.
actually playing pretty well. At this point, they're not whiffing that much in terms of ultimates. Sure, the cannon ult was cancelled by the Janna,
Mm-hmm.
but that was PBX just got to the backline. They got onto Kale, and that's just doom for Dagsintala as they're
Jin
now
is
positioning for Drake.
Jin is online. Jin is
Jin is fed.
deadly.
Jin
Jin is
is
fed.
lethal.
Okay,
Everyone
let's
in
see what's
every
gonna
team
happen
is
in the
lethal.
kill.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not gonna be
And
able
the
to force into this.
What
Oh
was
my
that?
god, the kill is dead. That Nuno. Oh, the kill is not dead, but he's gonna die in 1 more second. The Nuno is being chased down. The curtain call drops onto the Nuno. Can Nuno escape from this?
And
The
there's no.
Irelia gonna be CCing into oh
What
my
the heck is
god.
that game?
Can you
One
look?
shot.
Look
Oh,
at that. Okay, that was quite unfortunate. We didn't get to see that initial play from what do you call this? Kennen. That was a godly ult onto 4 people of DGN. Everyone was stunned in the middle of everything, and Kale was forced to just
This
back
guy's
off
gonna
with
do
no
100k
help.
damage.
Everyone was dead. Everyone was trying to retreat from that game, from that fight. But
oh
now
my god.
PBX just got a miracle ace from that nice ult from that.
And
I can't
from the
comment that.
precipice of defeat, from the edge of the cliff, they were backed into a wall. PBX slaps it right into DGN's face and 2-0s them in this series.
In Champ Select, we were always prioritizing, oh, DGN is gonna win this, and DGN has the 16 power spike.
And they did.
Probably
They
gonna run it
did.
up. But they did reach that point. But in
Jade.
those crucial moments where Kale actually got the lead from the kills early, and the later stages of the game, PBX actually played their cards well. They played their ults well. Nothing whipped that much, and that ult from Kennen, you saw that everyone was
Right.
dead from the backside. I think I saw a monsoon from the what do you call this, Janna, but Flash, Ult, and Cloud Soul all working together to seal that win for PBX with that magnificent team fight.
Oh my god. I actually can't believe that PBX came back from that deficit. The Baron already from Dagsintala, they got the play that they wanted. However, PBX just defending, getting those kills on the Baron, getting those kills on the Cloud Soul fight as well, and the Jin just went online and just absolutely demolished our conception our concept of the level 16 Kale. The very fed TF as well. The Jane just
Brought
absolutely
down.
demolished that. Yep.
Was
Yep.
down. It was slammed. PBX said, no, you reach your power spike. Well, we're gonna rip that win off.
Oh,
That's
bye-bye.
what we want to do. Like, PBX recognized the fact that the biggest threat to their team was the Kale, and they delivered. They knew prioritize Kale. If Kale is dead, the whole team is gonna be part. It's gonna fall because you don't have the damage. You have utility in the form of Tristana. Everyone on the team was actually utility, and if you just take out the DPS from the utility, your whole team's gonna fall.
That's true.
That is what we saw this game, folks. We see a commanding, not really commanding. It was a
very close
surprising.
game.
It was a surprising snatch from PBX right there. Getting that, that Kennen, props to you. Good ult, good engage onto 4 people. You won that game well.
I mean, again, still props to Dagsintala. They did fight on, and they did get the lead, but
Yup.
uh they were just defeated by PBX today.
The story of PBX went from an early Irelia
Yep.
to a Jin, then to an ult from this character.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice
Now
way
that's
to end this series
a very
from
hype game.
PBX. Yup.
Very great game. Again, donation links for charities are shown in the bottom right side of the screen. If you would also like to join the tournament, you can go to tinyurl.com/siklaban. All proceeds from there will also be donated to charity. There will be another stream tomorrow, Valorant, shoutcasted by Six and Wire, so don't miss that stream. Once again, I am Orion,
And
and
I am Argon.
and thank you for
It has been a
watching.
pleasure. It has been a pleasure to commentate those exciting two games. And thank you for watching our stream of this PBX versus DGN Best of. Good
Good night.